You know.
There we go. Sorry, it's playing in my ear 2 or 3 times, so I gotta put one of these on silent. However, I'm Brian Barkers and you're not, and I'm going to turn it over to my colleagues because I got to do all this other technical stuff.
I am Jamal Smith. Welcome to episode 55, season 2. And we have...
You guys know I'm Toni, and today is another episode of Toni Talks.
Yes, indeed. Tell us what we
got
got
a real
going on
special guest today.
Right.
So I'm bringing someone on who is an Altadenian, been there, I think, her whole life, same as most of us, right? 55, 6, however many years, who lives on Las Flores. She works at the courthouse and has forever and a day too, about 30 plus years in Pasadena. A lot of people know her. She, unlike us three that were Mustangs, was from the other side of town, like our guest last Tuesday, Pastor John. You know, them what are they, puppies? Yeah, she's a puppy.
She's in the green room looking at you like, I told you.
Because we do this all the time. But I'm going to bring on the infamous, illustrious Don Moore.
And we will exit the building.
Yep.
Wow. What an introduction, Miss Toni.
Hey, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Great. So glad to have you here today. Thank you for taking
Thank
the time
you.
to meet. I just, I'm super transparent and honest. You know how I get down. But Donna's at work. She stepped outside at the courthouse. I happened to call her about something else early this morning. Look at, they messing you up.
I know, I'm so sorry.
And-
Somebody walking up to me.
It's okay saying hi. And so I called Dawn, and when I was talking to her this morning, I said, hey, what you doing at 10 o'clock? I know she's going to be at work. I was like, you want to come on the show? Because I was supposed to have FEMA and SBA on today to start talking about the long-term recovery process, because they contacted me yesterday, and I'm having a meeting with them tomorrow at 2:30. And not only FEMA and SBA, but some people from the state as well, from the governor's office. So I'll be meeting with them tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 for an hour or so, because they want to talk to us about the long-term recovery process and give some information and help give some guidance and resources on that, because that is the phase we're now entering, is the long-term recovery, right? And so there's a guy from FEMA who there was a lady who wound up coming to the town hall at the church on the 8th. And so they contacted me after that. And so they've been emailing me about stuff, and they're like, we need you, obviously you're community leaders, so we want to make sure we get the right information to you for your community. So me and Lena Kennedy are going to meet with them. Pastor Angel may or may not. And then I also have a meeting tomorrow at 12 with After the Fires USA, who also contacted me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they are people that they started an organization called After the Fires USA. And that organization, they're all people that are survivors of the NorCal fires, like up in Paradise, which wiped that whole town out. The Maui fires in Colorado. Remember those fires in Colorado?
Yeah.
Was it last year, year before? And so they all have gone through this. And so they all have expertise and, started this org. So I have 2 important meetings tomorrow from 12 to 1:30 and then 2:30 to probably 3:30, 4 o'clock on those things. So really finding out all the information accurately from the correct sources. But I wanted to bring you on because you being also a leader in our wonderful, beautiful Altadena, being a longtime Altadena resident, and having your boots, your feet planted there for so long, right? And they still are, even though you're temporarily displaced in another little city. We're Altadenians through and through. And so you are going through the process of everything, because the house that your mother left you is gone. And that's just the structure we know. because our house is really us and our memory and all that's the building. But I wanted you to give your perspective, talk about a little bit of the things that you've experienced, the processes that we've gone through from the initial up until now, because if I'm not mistaken, a few days ago, your lot was cleared, right? Friday or Thursday last week?
Yes, last Friday, 2 Fridays ago.
Yeah. So when we go back a little ways to whatever you want to share, right?
Okay.
From that night, I think I text you like, hey, did you guys get out? Or I called you like, hey, where you at? Did you guys get out? And you wound up being around the corner from me at a hotel for a few days or whatever. Yeah. And I think I don't know what time I text you, but I text you and it was like, my parents' house is gone. Stephanie's house is gone, stuff like that. And
you were actually a person that bought the clarity per se. You and you from being a friend that I could actually pick up the phone and call, and then my neighbor across the street from me, she had a friend that had walked down from Lake Street, because I live on Los Flores in between Marengo and Fair Oaks, and he walked down and saw the destruction, so he was able to tell us. But you were the first person that gave some truth and reality to what was happening. When I got your call saying that your parents' home was gone, I knew that things had just got real. Now,
because it started over there by Stephanie's house.
Now, this is something that this wind is kicking up like the same day. It's reminding me of January the 7th. I'm looking like
crazy.
But you were one of the people. Let me move over here to see if it can cut me off a little bit better. Ooh, I don't know. Sorry. Ooh, it's crazy.
No, don't apologize. You stepped outside of the house.
So anyway,
leave it alone.
It's just blowing in my face. Okay, so you're getting the real thing. But so that night, for a lot of people, I tell people often, a lot of us lost our homes in the fire, but all of us had different experiences. I personally left my house in my pajamas, which sounds dramatic, but it wasn't because I was trying to escape out of my bed. It was because I actually laid down. Because, historically, Altadena, when the Santa Ana winds hit, historically, our lights go out. And so us Altadenians, we know how to go to sleep and wake up and go to work. And then by the time we get home, the lights are back on. So that was really my approach until the smoke started to really get heavy. And then my older son, he was outside with some of the neighbors, him and my nephew, and he came in and he's on, Mom, I think we need to evacuate. So I evacuated with the smoke, thinking I was coming back to the house. Holy Spirit told me to grab my passport, and I was like, well, God, I'm coming back, but I did do what he said. So I left in my pajamas, my passport, my cat, and
Sam.
and yes, Sam, and she's still kicking. She's looking around like, where are we? So I left that. So for me, the resources that have happened, I can say this publicly in this space, Toni. I've told you privately, thank you so much, but I can say publicly, your call, we've talked about this, your innate call, the gifting that God has given you to resource and to have a heart for people, has really, that's who you are, right? But it's really shown up during this fire. You talk about somebody's boots on the ground. I'm like, I'm grateful. I want to publicly say that I'm grateful for your push and your passion, because you didn't do it just for your mom and for your sister. This day, I think it was day 3 or 4. It was early on. I remember you calling me and you were talking about some things that were happening with, the fire chief and your brother. And you were like, D, I've already, put your address down. It felt like I wasn't being forgotten early on, right? Not to mention, I think you said you had our pastor on, Pastor Jonathan DeCure, and our Victory Bible family. Just the way everyone has pulled together, it's been it was devastating because it was unexpected. But I don't live in the devastation, right? I live in the reality, because my faith stance says that God is doing something. And if he did it, then he's going to push us through it. So that's been my posture. Business-wise.
But you know what, Don? One thing I told Pastor John last Tuesday when he was on was, do you remember in, I don't know, October, November, whenever it was before our New Year's Eve service, but he told us, when we went to the Rose Bowl to pray that day, that Saturday, we walked
Uh-huh.
around and he said God told him he was going to take the thorns out of the city of roses, right? And so I told him on here last Tuesday, I said, think about it. There were lots of thorns, including where we lived in Altadena at the top of lake, at Eden Canyon, Zorkian, all over, lots of devil worship at Hahamanga. All that stuff is gone, honey. It done burnt.
Cheney Trails was very
right. Stuff is gone. Where
and to be honest with you, Toni, I'm just going to be very black and white. We lived in our house for 52 years. My mother and my grandmother bought the house in 1973 for $23,000. I was 3 years old. They moved there after the fire. I've been counting how many generations has lived in the house. My grandmother and my mother made 2. I have older siblings. They made 3. I made 4. And then my kids made 5. So 5 generations have been in the home. But when I think about the Lord wiping away generational curses and different things. My mom and my grandmother and myself and my family, we're prayer warriors, and a whole bunch of praying and went forth in that house, but a whole bunch of other stuff, over a period of time that went in that house. And so I've looked at it from a spiritual standpoint that because I've been praying for generational curses to be breaking from poverty mindsets, from divorces, as my sons are going into the realm of dating. I want to be married again. So I've been praying that over my family all of 2024. So when I was spending time with the Lord, he says, I've broken generational curses through fire. So if I were to be honest, there was a whole bunch of stuff that went down in 157 that my mom did or did not know about, prayed through. And so I'm excited about what God is doing, because he's no respecter of person. We can look at it and say, oh, not my house. Oh, yeah, your house. A whole bunch of stuff is going on in your house, right? 52 years worth,
Right. And my parents bought in 68 when I was 2, and been there 57 years. Matter of fact, and I keep saying this, on June 24th, will be 57 years that they've been in that house, and it will be their 65th anniversary. And so the stuff is gone, right? The stuff that was inside that we weren't able to get out. Some things I was able to salvage afterwards, and it's here at my house. But that's such a monumental thing, right? 57 years and 65 years.
Yeah.
But now they get to build back identical. I used to tell my mother, I said, how Daddy would always say no about the kitchen or the bathroom you wanted to remodel or whatever. Because at first they were super devastated. So what I told her? I was trying to make it like, okay, wait. So what I said was, girl, now you get to build exactly the kitchen you want. Even though he used to tell you, no, you get your island, you get your bathroom.
Right. And for me, I moved in when I was 3. So I didn't have a choice where the bathroom was going to be. I've just been there. Now I have done, my mother passed away in 1998 and she left the home to me. I have done upgrades and different things, but the structure of the house, the bathroom was still in the same place. The bedroom was still in place. So that's been one of the difficult parts.
One bathroom.
One, girl, because I think they built that. I think they added those 2 things on without permission. I think it was one of them. The house was built in 1920. Closet's very small because they only had 3 pairs of shoes and 2 shirts. Right?
You used to have
right. So one of the things that I am that I am adjusting to is being able to do some things that is going to benefit me long term and my family. And what does my legacy say now, right? Because my mother did what she did, and it was so good what you said in the beginning, Toni, that the houses burned down, but we still have the memories. And that was the part that I had to emotionally get past, right? I had to emotionally get past that and God has been so amazing with giving me that peace. Like, I mean, I even told God, I was like, my pajamas, God, like I had time. I wasn't one of those people that woke up at 3:00 in the morning and saw the fire in their front yard. I had time to pack my car up, me and my son. But I just said, Lord, I trust you. And so in this season, I am just really leaning towards him. And I'm really grateful, because one thing about God that I'm learning more in this is I've told people that the fire has saved my life spiritually. I am connected to the Lord. I love God, but it's something about being your house burning down, You wouldn't even have a toothbrush. I had no choice but to rely on God and trust that every single person, from my insurance company claim to finding an incredible person to do my rebuild, to dealing with just all the process of finding a place to live. It was scary the first day.
Talk about just that, because I know that, like, when it happened, there were some things that immediately that first week happened. Our church, Victory, got a donation, got 2 big old 18-wheelers, because I was there helping direct stuff off the trucks from World Vision. They partnered with us, right? And they brought everything from, girl, we had so much water. We had so much shavers and shaving cream and soap and deodorant and toothpaste.
I'm still living off of that stuff.
Yes, like tons of it, right? Which was such a blessing. And we were like, just come. And I remember one Sunday, I had to go with the van down to the Civic Center to ask people, did they want to come? And so what I started doing was saying, do you want to come with me to pick up things you need? Right? Because some people, when I said it's at our church, they were like, I don't want. I said, you don't have to go to church. You can go outside.
Right.
And literally we separated it. It was while we were at church, having church inside. But if people didn't want to, they had the freedom to go have breakfast, because we had breakfast for them, and then go in the hall in Henry Hall to get clothes, shoes, because we had so many donations of things, toiletries, food that was, dropped off, and brand new stuff. And then there were some older clothes and things. And then we shifted. And the one day I was on the property and this man drove up. Me and G were out there and people were coming to drop off stuff. And G was like, do you come to drop off something? He said, well, not really like items, but something else. And she said, okay, can you park over there? Because there were people behind him. She said, Toni, can you go work with him? I was like, yeah. So I went over there. This man has a foundation. He's a businessman, done very, very, very well for himself, lives in Arizona, down in Tucson, and it was funny because when he did his thing, afterwards, I told Pastor John, I said, did you look at the check, Pastor John? He said, no. I said, open it and see what it says. His foundation's name was Abba's Storehouse.
My.
Right. And Pastor John was like, oh my God. And he was gone. But this man came and wrote out checks. Personal checks to people for, I think, $6,000 each or whatever, just grant. He said he found us when I went to get Pastor John so we could, sit and talk to him. He had told me, he said, I found you guys. The Lord told me in Altadena is where I want you to go. He started Googling stuff and found Victory from the website for fire relief that they set up.
I just set up, yeah.
It just set up. And so he said, okay, him and his daughter got on a plane and came out here with all the checks to write. Yeah. And he said, but I brought enough for this many. But if we go over, I can go down to my bank. It was in Pasadena on South Lake, a trust. He said, and get cashier's checks for up to 42 or 45 or something like that. And so that's what he did. And he was a blessing to all the 45 families that were impacted at Victory. Mine, my family, your family, many others. And then he left. And I was like, okay, that's just an angel.
I mean, today alone, Toni, okay, the really, really, really short story. In the middle of all of this, when you get your dwelling check to build your house back, that check is made to you and the mortgage company. So you have to upload it to the mortgage company. They hold it in a trust, blah, 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 blah. Fine, no problem. In the middle of that, my mortgage company transfers my loan to someplace else. So I'm thinking to myself, so every time I try to go into the portal just to check on things, I can't get in.
Right.
Today, I get this man. He was incredible. He walked me through. He saw all my stuff. He told me, he sat on the phone with me, gave me step by step of everything. He gave me homework. Now, this is just an agent in the claims department. Right. He gives me homework that I need to do. And I was worshiping God as I stepped out to get on this call. I thought to myself, God, every single step in this process has been, that's a crazy frozen face I got. Unfroze me. I'm looking crazy. Okay, every single step of this process That's why I have to be really careful with my words when I use the word
Right.
devastated, or let people feed me what this looks like.
Yeah.
When people ask me, how are you doing? I say, I'm doing excellent. Because
Right.
the hand of God, it was something about my faith factor that
Right.
took me so far under, deeper with God, that I can't do anything but trust the process. And I am just eternally grateful.
I'm gonna bring you right back on the stage, Don. I just want to see what's going on. Oh, did she drop? No, I
Hear me?
think she's just frozen.
Can you hear
Okay,
me? I'm
cool.
here.
Yeah, I can
Um,
hear you.
Girl,
Can't see
listen,
you, but that's okay.
listen. We on the court's internet. So listen, before I go back in here, what I want to tell you is that I'm super duper 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 grateful for Altadena Talks. I think you guys are super dope. I had the opportunity to be a part of the town hall that you guys did. It was well
Mm-hmm.
done. When people ask me about the process of rebuilding, the first thing I say is that there was a town hall ran by one of my girlfriends, and it was at our church. And I said, what made me confident, this building part
Mm-hmm.
is a very scary part. What made me
Mm-hmm.
confident is that they were vetted. And the way you professionally operate, Tony, and the way you have no nonsense, you have a heart for God's people, and you want to make sure the information. I was like, she probably got the people's blood type. I'm not so certain. But if she did the vetting, then I'm sure that we're good, right? And
Yeah.
so I just want to tell you guys that I am extremely grateful for this platform, because media will forget about us, but this type of
We
environment,
won't.
it makes sure that we still know that Altadena is alive and vibrant, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of block parties and stuff, I'm sure, when all the houses are built. I'm grateful for Altadena Talks. I'm grateful for the Tony Talk segment, my, and I'm
He's so
glad we're
silly.
friends, so I can just call you up whatever I need. And I count that as a true blessing, because there's still a process. We're only in the beginning of it.
Yeah. And
So,
can you tell me from that? I know
uh-huh.
that you came. People said, "Oh, what did you tell me afterwards?" I want you to tell people what you said. You told me, you said,
Oh God, I
"Tony,
tell you a lot of things. What I
I
say.
felt," but you said, like you did, this is a scary part, right? We've never been down this road before. We got to talk to builders. We got to talk to people. We don't know what's what. So you said, "Tony, thank you for this town hall, because now I feel like I have hope." And you
Yes,
said when you left, you felt very hopeful,
very hopeful.
and you made a consultation that day with Kendra, one of the builders, and you
Mm-hmm.
had a call with her, if I'm
Mm-hmm.
not mistaken, what, a week ago?
A
Or
week ago,
was
we met in
yesterday?
person. We met in
Yes,
person a week ago.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And how did that go? And how do you
It
feel? Tell me what
it
your thoughts are. Did
was
you go with
it
her?
was it was incredible, because what
Good.
I loved about the panel in itself, I learned so much at the town hall, right? Because I never
Good.
had no house burned down, never had to rebuild one. So I was understanding the process and what it looked like, and talking about pricing, and talking about square footage, and talking about the architect process. It was, it got me going. It gave me hope. This
Good.
particular person that I spoke with, Kendra May's Design, um, there was a confidence about what it is that she does,
Okay.
and she was very clear, she was very open. What I loved about her the most is that this is a very scary time, in terms of, you turn your money over to somebody, your projects have done, they run off with the money, they in Florida, you mad, you crying, it's just a whole big old thing. How you doing? I'm good, how are you?
Y'all
Huh?
remember, she's at work outside the
Thank you
courthouse this
so much.
afternoon.
I appreciate that. Good to see you though. Take care. Um, right. I'm the mayor of Pasadena. Funny.
I know, right?
Uh, I ain't seen him in years. That's hilarious. Anyway, so talking to her and just sitting down with her, what
Oh,
I
that was
love,
Victor Gordo?
huh?
That was Victor Gordo?
I don't know. No, I'm saying I'm the mayor of Pasadena.
Oh, yeah.
That was the guy. I don't know who that. I can't remember his name, Lord. Hope you don't see
That's
me
his
on the
name. Go
show.
ahead.
Hi, guy.
You
Um,
were talking about meeting with Kendra.
Kendra, and what I loved about her, which added more confidence, she never asked about, she never even wiggled in the question about how much is your policy. She gave her bottom line. She gave what she can offer. She was transparent about what she outsourced in her company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she gave a number of people that she takes. It was just a comfort, right? To just sit
Yeah.
with her and just have that conversation. And that again just made me be like, okay, then my lot got cleared. Then I just got off the phone with the new mortgage company and he gave me the process. So I'm excited about the next steps of what's going to happen where I'm not pressured to have to figure out all these things. And
Yeah.
I give all glory to my father because without him, this is his strategic plan for me. And I'm just going along with it.
Yeah,
So,
right. Well, and that's what I've said on here a lot of times. Like in December, I remember praying and saying, God, we have different purposes throughout our life, right?
mhm,
Like when
mhm,
we got kids, now they're
mhm.
adults, but our purpose is mothering and nurturing
Right,
and raising them. And then
right.
different things happen in our lives. And I remember praying in December saying, God, I feel like I'm stagnant. I don't know my purpose right now. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just like, what am I? That was December.
Woo!
Then
Well, January, honey,
January
you've been,
something happened.
girl, you have been working all the, I could just imagine the outcome of what's going to be in the years to come, Tony, because of your heart posture towards his people, your work ethic, and all of the connections that you're making.
Yeah.
I can just imagine, girl, I'm grateful to
Yeah,
know you. Grateful to
I
know you.
feel
Grateful
like
to,
I feel like I don't know where I'm going, but that's okay because he does.
that's the
But
fun part.
yeah, I'm just rolling with it because now I got a podcast that I'm part of with awesome Brian and Jamal and all this stuff. And yes, we're making connections and we're doing lots of things and we don't know where we're going, but wherever God takes us, so be it. But I know you got to get back into that courthouse and work because you're
Yes.
supervising
Such a
two departments
lovely
today.
place.
But
Yes, I mean, yes.
no,
I
but
love
I'm
it
so
all.
grateful that you took the time to go outside and jump on with us because I did want to hear. Oh, one last thing, if you can tell
Uh-huh.
everyone who's watching a little bit more about the process because you talked about meeting with Kendra, which is great. So if you're
Uh-huh.
going with her now that you know you got your check ready, you can do your deposit, start your design with her. But tell me a little bit more about that process of the lot clearing. Like I know you put your ROE
Okay.
in a while ago, but then what happened when they called you? How did that happen?
Oh, that was seamless as well. I got a
Okay.
phone call at a 72-hour mark.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they said that they would be coming in the next 72 hours. Then they told me that they would do a 48-hour call, they would do a 24-hour call, and then they would do an hour and a half before they showed up.
Oh
And they
wow.
did that. They did that exactly to the number. So I was
Oh
able
wow.
to go and meet with them. Really incredible people. It was a gentleman who had came down here from Oregon, I believe.
Okay.
Great guy. His name was Jackson. We were able to talk. I told Jackson that I wanted, I mean, there's people that, like I said, everybody's house burned down. They all want different things.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I did the sifting process. There was nothing to
Right.
be sifted. My house was wood, so it was burn, baby, burn, right? It just had a
Right. It
good
was
time.
timber box. Right.
Yeah, it was bright. So I told him the only thing that I wanted, because the only thing that was original built from the 1920 was the chimney.
Right.
So I told him if any possible, could he get me a brick? He said absolutely. So he goes, I'm gonna try to get you a good brick. So
Mm-hmm.
then when another gentleman walked up to me that came before I left, he goes, is there anything that I can give you? And I said, a brick. And he said, okay. So I told two people brick. So they text me after, picture of my lot saying your lot is clear and we got your bricks. And they put
Oh.
them where I told them. And when I went, I had 4 good bricks that
Oh wow.
I'm gonna
Into your
build
house.
into my house.
Oh, how neat is that? That they
Yes,
got
I
you.
already
Yeah.
shared that with Kendra, and she already has an
Yeah.
idea where she wants to put them. So
Awesome.
that process was really good. I think that, and I'm just going to say this, I don't know who's who and what's what. And again, I'm not here to judge. I just think that what I love the most about this whole process is I feel like the whole city of Altadena, we're moving together like this. We're all moving together. And that's what I love the most, the way the county and even the state has come together to provide stuff for us, right? We're not being left out and everything's being afforded to everybody. And I just think that it's great wisdom for people to utilize what's been given. I
Right.
don't care if Johnny has a dump truck. Johnny ain't no professional to go dump it. And the core people who did it, they came to my lot at about 11 o'clock. They worked, I guess, till about 6. By 10 o'clock that next morning, they were sending me the picture. They were done. So it was a day and maybe 8 hours between the 2 days. There's no way I could have done that, right?
No,
But then the pressure of having to put in the application to get the money from the debris. So if anybody's out there that is trying to operate outside of what's being provided for you, my suggestion to you is go with what is being provided. Do not cause yourself undue stress. It may seem like, oh, this is seamless, but we're still at the very, very beginning of the rebuild process. And so you're going to cause yourself more grief. And why do that? Why?
That's good, Don, because we have heard people say they're opting out and they don't want to go with it and this and that. So the fact that you're saying that, and yesterday was the original deadline, but now it's been extended till April 15th. If anybody, my mother said she went to 540 Woodbury yesterday and it was as if people had never been because it was that last day and it was crowded. And so she didn't say as if people hadn't been. I just put that in because she's probably watching and later she'll text me or tell me I didn't say that. She said it was really crowded, but it was so many. And part of it is people that aren't able to watch this show or get the information are hearing, and they heard yesterday was the last day, right? And so it's extended 2 weeks, but get there, opt in, get that lot clear, especially if they're doing 72, 48, 24, an hour and a half.
And they're super effective now because they're moving really fast. Because like I mentioned earlier, they want us as a community to be on the same page. So that's just my opinion. Don't cause yourself under stress. You're going to deal with other things that you're not going to be able to fix and control. So let this be one of the things that you don't have to trip off of. Your lot being clear. It's very simple, people.
Yeah.
Very
well,
simple.
Thank you for that. And I will have more information. I may talk to you tomorrow night or the next day because I'm meeting with people from the governor's office, FEMA, and the SBA tomorrow.
Wonderful.
At 2:30. Because we're going to talk about long-term recovery. Because they were like, hey, we've seen your show. We know you had a town hall. We saw your article in the LA Times. You are obviously a community leader. And I was like, me? No, I'm not. Yeah, but they were like, yeah, you are.
You're thinking saying, but you can't have it all. Can't have it all.
Yeah, that's why we don't have you. But anyway, thank you for coming on. I know you got to get back inside.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye, guys.
I'll get you more information this week. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Now, let's see if I can bring Brian and Jamal back on the stage with me.
What up? That was amazing.
That was a pretty good conversation with a lot of good info. I know that she ran out from work and I asked her to give as much as she could before she got on. And remember, I called her this morning about something else we were laughing about. Who is Johnny? Anyway. Oh. And
Johnny that was driving the trucks. She was talking about with the dump trucks.
Okay. But
did you hear how when she said her house went up? She goes, yeah, it was bright.
Because it is when everything is gone, you just look, you be like,
no, because the house is all wood.
Yeah, she said,
yeah,
burn, baby, burn.
And it was burning all wood. It was bright. Yeah. So, as soon as I get the additional info that comes tomorrow from these meetings, I'm going to record it when I'm at both and then try to transcribe it. I'll use my Otter AI to transcribe it so I can accurately speak to what we talk about tomorrow with the first meeting is 12 to 1:30 with After the Fires USA, and that second one in the afternoon at 2:30 is with FEMA, with the SBA, and with California Office of Emergency Services out of the governor's office. So it's going to be about 6 or so of us meeting, 6, 7, 8 of us meeting tomorrow on long-term recovery, because I really want to make sure we know what to expect and that we have the connections for the resources, because this is long-term, whether that's 2 years or 10 years, right? Those are the things that we need to know early on. Because you remember when I started and was talking about, I got to have this builder's townhome because we got to get people in the mindset that, hey, you got to start talking to people to rebuild. Even if you're not ready today, don't wait till your lot is cleared. So now they're clearing lots. People are meeting with builders, but I'm on to the next phase, which is long-term recovery. So that's really important to me. And I've got those 2 meetings tomorrow. I will have more information tomorrow as well on the 26th, the concert for Victory, from Victory, sponsored by Victory, that we will be at. It's going to be a big festival and concert. And because I'm meeting with Pastor Angel at 4:00 today, I got to go to Victory to discuss some of that. And then just a lot of meetings this week. I have something else Lena Kennedy asked me to come to Friday from 10 to 4 at Caltech. So there's a lot more seats at tables that I'm starting to be invited to, which as far as I'm concerned is great, because if we can share it here, if we can find out every potential process or resource for our community, then I'm going to be everywhere I got to be.
That's how it is.
Yeah. So I'm glad she was able to come on, though. Did anybody have questions in the chat? I don't know. I was full screen, so I didn't see anything.
No, just basically comments of support and assurance.
Oh, yeah. And I see Altadena. Yeah, we all did. Everybody did think they were coming back the next day, because that's traditionally been what happened in Altadena, right? Like, it's been that.
Like, we always got fires. We always got the Santa.
And nobody even evacuated before this, ever, for fires.
Nobody ready for this.
You hear the helicopter and you watch it, right? And you go, okay, that's a water dropper. Oh, that's one got fast check. Oh, that's the sheriff's just checking. Like, you're looking at the sky, you can identify the helicopters, or whether it's the super scooper or whichever airplane, and you just keep it pushing. You might go outside, check for the flames, take some camera footage or whatever, but nobody up there has ever had to evacuate like this, and thinking we'd never be back.
Right.
Like the houses would all burn. So yeah, it is. Yeah, just thinking about that day or those 2-3 days is tough. But what are we at? Monday will be 3 months. Monday and Tuesday next week, the 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7th's my sister's birthday, and the 7th is when she had to get out, because like I said, she was across the street from where it started and saw it at the base of that.
Jamal's birthday is this week.
This week or next week?
Sunday.
Oh, the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Jamal. We got to do a song, some kind of AltadenaTalks birthday song for Jamal.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, he's got more work to do.
I was hoping it was going to be on Easter this year, because I was born on Easter. My 10th birthday was on Easter, but then it got close. It's off by a week. I think it's a week, or no, 2 weeks.
So my daughter was born on Easter. This year will be 38 years, but that was the 19th of April. And this week, Easter's the 20th, so she'll miss it by a day. But yeah, different. It's shifted. And so yeah, my daughter in when did I have her, Lord? 87. She was born Easter Sunday, which was April 19th of 87. That's my oldest one.
There you go.
She's getting ready to be the big 38. But yeah, so I guess
special.
Right, 38 plus P. We are going to move into announcements, Jamal.
Okay, we can definitely do that.
Cool beans.
Let us see, y'all. Let me get to my thing, my little, there we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What's happening, y'all? It's time for the updates. So, as we all know, SBA and the FEMA, those eligibility things, those deadlines were gone. Yesterday was the last day. However, the right of entry has been extended to April 15th. That again has been extended for April 15th. For those who didn't get a chance to do it on the 31st of March, you have till the 15th. The disaster recovery centers, they're still open from 9 to 7, Monday through Saturday at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. Excuse me. And the One Stop Permit Center is located at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6 p.m. And then Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is for just drop in, get in the line wherever you fit in, right? However, this next slide is if you want to actually have an appointment, you can actually set up an appointment Appointments are only on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. or Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12. And the way you reserve it, you go to the website recovery.lacounty.gov /rebuilding /one stop permit centers. And then you can actually schedule your appointment. Our friends at Union Station Homeless Services are actually still offering items that they're giving away on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. This is at their adult center at 412 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. They're giving away assorted gift cards, baby items such as diapers, wipers, and formulas, um, food such as shelf-stable food, snacks, sacks, and sack lunches, full-size body washes, bars of soap, shampoo, and conditioner, as well as hygiene kits, which have toiletries, deodorants, razors, menstrual products, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. Again, every Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you want more info, you can email them at eatonfire@ushs.org. Then our friends at World Central Kitchen, and I have another slide coming towards the end about this too, but they seem to be everywhere. They're serving hot meals and have portable water stations and farmers markets in different hubs. Locally, they're at Gordy's Garage Parking Lot at 843 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. Also at Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre. These two locations are open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then again from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. There's also another location at Iglesia del Nazareno at Monday through Saturday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And this is at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. Dina Relief Drive, the main hub, the Pasadena Church at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. This is going on every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. until they tell us they're going to stop. And they do need volunteers, so please go ahead and scan the QR code if you're interested in volunteering. Well, the open session board meeting for Altadena Chamber of Commerce is going on now. It started at 9:30. The last time they did this went on for a little while, and you were still able to attend. So for those of you who have us on your phone, you can go ahead and maybe it might still be going on, but if not, we'll kind of have another update for the next session. The folks at Pacific Oaks College are actually having a distribution center, a fire relief distribution center, where they're having new women's clothing, air purifiers, baby formula, face masks, adult diapers, gloves, and disinfectant wipes. This is on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., located at 45 West Eureka Street in Pasadena. And today is the last day to get your free tacos from the Taco Bell taco truck in the Food for Less parking lot at 1329 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena. This again, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Today's the last day, April 1st, to get those free tacos. And I was told that Fair Oaks Burger still had this schedule going, but it's only going to go on through for another 2 weeks, meaning this week and next week. In which case, cheeseburgers are on Wednesdays, and then we have the We Out Here Market from 11 to 3 p.m., which I have their flyer coming up next. There's going to be chicken teriyaki bowls on Thursdays, and there'll be a wellness event from 1 to 4 on Thursdays, and then the pancake and breakfast burritos on Saturdays, and there should be a farmer's market there as well from 9 to 12 p.m. This again is at Fair Oaks Burgers, which is at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena. And as I had indicated before, the We Out Here Market has their own flyer for every Wednesday from 11 to 3. They have hot food, snacks, clothing, shoes, jewelry, many hygiene products, face masks, and more. But you do have to bring your proof of residency in order to participate and pick up these items. This again is at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena at Fair Oaks Burger. And calling all LA County volunteers. Come on and help rebuild Loma Alta. You can help with cleaning up, painting, and planting new plants out there. This is going to be every Saturday in April, starting this first Saturday, this one coming up from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Lunch will be provided as well as PPE items. And the way you register is by going to the QR code. And for those who don't know where Loma Alta Park is, it's located at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. It's the corner of Lincoln and Loma Alta. And then the Eaton Fire Collaborative has a mission to provide a coordinated response and clear communication to ensure that resources, assistance, and information reach the people and organizations that need them most. For more information, you can go to eatonfirecollaborative.org. Jazzy Jams will have their third installation of the Jazzy Jam Glam Prom Dress and Suit giveaway, we're going to give away vintage and new suits and dresses and provide everything that the high school seniors need for their prom night, their special prom night. Again, it's serving all high school seniors who were affected by the California fires. This next installment is April 6th, 5th and 6th, and there will be one more the following weekend, which is the 12th and 13th. It's going to be located at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suites 139 and 141 in Pasadena from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you do have to scan the QR code in order to register. Today is the somatic meditation with Salome Wellness Collective, where you get to learn a groundbreaking meditation practice. This is going to be from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Paseo Outdoor Mall, 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151 in Pasadena. It's hosted by Ariel Salomon, and you register by going to the link bit.ly/DH/ SALOME. And then NAACP Pasadena branch is going to have a presentation and discussion regarding voter rights for displaced residents of the Eaton Fire. The special guest will be Shirley N. Weber, PhD, California Secretary of State. This is today, April 1st from 5:30 to 6:30. And the link is below. It's bit.ly/4, lowercase h, capital K as in Kappa, lowercase f as in flag, capital W as in waffle, the number 4, and lowercase g as in gamma. There's also an interim housing symposium. This is actually they're calling to action for post-fire housing solutions. It's tomorrow, April 2nd from 4 p.m. to 8:30. Wow, that's a long day. 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's the Altadena Coalition at 409 East Woodbury Road in Altadena. You can learn, there's going to be a resource fair. Let me see, there's a couple other items there. I just want to see. Yeah, resource fair. There's going to be a housing expert panel, government officials and agency panel, and food, networking, and resource fair. Doesn't look like you need to register, but or there is a code for you to register, and if you want more information, you can go to the AltadenaTalks.org. There's going to be a senior luncheon, serving seniors in our community with a space to unwind, fellowship. There'll be lunch games, fellowshipping, and much more. It's Wednesday, April 2nd, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at First AME Church at 1700 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. To RSVP, you email msz_strong@yahoo.com, or you call 626-673-2200. We have the Ready, Sweat, Go Eden Canyon Fire Community Give Back event featuring Jackie James, where you get to learn some Pilates. You come for the Pilates and stay and create community. This is going to be every Saturday in April. It's at 945 West Foothill Boulevard in Monrovia, and we'll get that QR code for you guys very soon, before the end of the week. Ladaska M Foundation is presenting Activate for Altadena, Soulful Drive Up Brunch. It's this Saturday, April 5th from 12 to 3. You can eat, pray, and restore. It's the Pasadena Church Distribution Drive. They're asking for you to join us as they serve the community of Altadena impacted by the Eaton fires with hot meals, hot, fresh meals. The food's provided by Whole Foods, Food Cycle LA, Costco, and Trader Joe's. It's at Pasadena Church East Campus at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. And they do also need some donations. If you want to donate, you can scan the QR code in the bottom left. They're looking for water, gift cards, gas cards, hygiene kits, cooked food, and monetary donations. Now, if you want to RSVP for the event, you go ahead and scan the QR code in the bottom right. Lastly, if you want to volunteer, you can go to their website, lmfoundations.org/volunteer. The No Finish Lines presents the Dena Family Reunion. It's Saturday, April 5th, this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Octavia E. Butler Magnet Middle School. It's at 1505 North Marengo Avenue in Pasadena. There'll be sports games, vendors, music, and more, as well as food. So bring the whole family. And then Loveland Community Development Corp presents Youth Empowerment Festival for the families affected by the Eaton fires. This is going to be also Saturday, April 5th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Pasadena City Hall at 100 Garfield Avenue in Pasadena. There'll be live performances, carnival games and activities, youth panel discussions, empowerment workshops, community giveaways, networking and resources, as well as food. There'll be a free meal distribution after Mass. The World Center Kitchen is providing free hot meals for the parishioners and the Altadena community. It's at Sacred Heart Church at 2889 North Lincoln Avenue in Altadena. It's this Sunday, April 6th, after the Mass. And then I believe this last flyer, Eaton Fire Rebuild Senior Summit is Dena Strong, Dena Love, Altadena, Pasadena, Beauty for Ashes. Saturday, April 12th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at First AME Church in Pasadena, 1700 North Raymond Avenue. It's a comprehensive support for seniors, including insurance issues, health concerns, such as environmental and mental health. What are your immediate needs, and the legal counsel for your insurance. There'll be Vendors Village with pertinent information. Each guest will receive a special swag bag. And that is it for today. I will go back here, bring everybody back in.
Hey,
I want some of those diapers, wipers.
Hey, we all need some diapers and wipers. Some more than others.
You lucky I wasn't on.
I don't need diapers. I'm sorry. I'm not incontinent. I'm only 59. I ain't got diapers. And I don't need any for babies either. I ain't got no grandkids. But on that
I'm
neighborhood,
surprised you didn't pop in and do that. Say it again.
That neighborhood surrounds thing for the seniors, the breakfast. I noticed when you were reading it, it says starting Wednesday the 12th. So I think they're going to have it every Wednesday now. Oh, cool. They did that one a few weeks ago, and that one on the flyer you have says starting Wednesdays from 12 to 3. So it looks like they're going to be doing something weekly, and that's what the flyer is advertising. So that's really nice if they're going to have a weekly, not that one, a weekly gathering brunch for the seniors. Oh, the other one. I know what you mean. This one? Right before Jackie. Go back 2 more. 1 more. Yeah, senior luncheon. So it says Wednesday starting April 2nd. Correct. So yeah, so I guess they're going to start doing that each week. It looks like, which is nice. Absolutely. Our seniors need it. They need to be able to be together and all that. And then the thing with Jackie, we know that's coming starting Saturday or on Saturday. That's
every weekend has been packed with some multiple things. We will have to coordinate this weekend.
Yeah, which is actually really nice because, all the cameras that were here first and then they're gone. But we Altadena and Pasadena people continue to do things that are going to make the community not forgotten about and great, and along with our podcast, but other things that we're involved or engaged in, whether either one of you get a call or an invite via email, go on a newspaper, whatever it is, right? We're able to continue to be a voice so that people don't act like, oh, who? Alta what? Like, and there was a girl that
coverage already stopped
at a meeting on Sunday, and I keep doing it, y'all. She kept saying Altadena, and I raised my hand and said, excuse me. She said, yes. I said, I just want to give you the correct pronunciation. It's Altadena. Because she said Altadena like 2-3 times, and I was
she's pronouncing it the Spanish way. Altadena.
Well, and it was I was going, ooh, every time she said it, I was like, oh, it's not Altadena. But I stopped.
That's like 2 L's.
Right. And that's what they say. A lot of people say Altadena, A-L-L.
All together now. Altadena. All together now.
So I told her, I said, sorry, but it's Altadena. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I think I knew that, but something. I said, okay, I just want to make sure you have the correct pronunciation, and it's Altadena, not Altadena. So she said,
you need to go ahead and make a song about that. It's Altadena, not Altadena. It's Altadena, Altadena.
Right? That'll be the next one. But you're welcome, Marcus. We have to, right? We got to make sure people are saying our town right. And somebody put yesterday, which one? Our AltadenaTalks song? We're not ready. We're waiting on Jamal to do whatever he has to do so we can put it on
a copy.
Spotify. We'll make a donation anyway, bro.
Operators are standing by.
Hey, I actually have one more slide I forgot to put up. This is for Pasadena Rosebud Academy. I'm just going to keep it up here. Now, this is on this coming up Sunday. Stand Up for Students, fundraising future leaders. It's one joke at a time. It's actually a fundraising event at the Pasadena Ice House. It's at 4 p.m. It's going to be, I think the host is Dan Green. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but he's been around for a while. He's hilarious. But brother from the 5th floor is going to be there. Reginald Ballard, Fraser Smith, Lewis Dix.
Brother from the 5th floor.
Yeah, from the 5th floor.
Right. 5th floor. And
Honest
he put up
John,
the number 4.
Yeah.
Right, always.
Lewis Dix, he's going to be there. I haven't seen him in a minute. My wife and I just watched the Mickey Howard little documentary, and he was in there. I couldn't remember his name, but he's funny. Honest John, just so you know, me and Podge used to run a comedy store called the LA Cabaret in Encino back in the 90s. And Honest John was one of the regulars who used to come on here. This cat was actually pretty funny. So anyway, I was the DJ, he was the MC. So Honest John, Monique Marviez, and this is to raise funds for Rosebud. The tickets, now mind you, this is for raising money. So the tickets are $75 for general admission and $125 for VIP. If you're VIP, you get early entry, VIP seating, photos with comedians, special Rosebud gift, and a complimentary raffle ticket. There will be a gift. They're going to raffle too. And I'm going to add this to the end for the rest of the week too. I want
that VIP sipping.
You can have it.
The I need VIP sipping though.
You can have that. They have that too. 2 drink minimum. You gotta sip twice.
On top of the $75?
Probably. Mm-hmm. You know how it is at comedy clubs.
I need to know where this money going.
You pay.
Rosebud.
It better be going to Rosebud every dime, except for the 2 drink minimum.
Oh, and speaking of that, Rosebud, Sean Brown was one of the recipients of the Paris Hilton, that PCC thing where they were giving out $5,000. She was one of the 50. And we said 25, but they gave it to 50 people.
Good.
There were several folks that I recognized there, but
I heard it was only going to be 11 people, 25,000 each, but they gave up to 50, which is good. I saw something probably an hour ago, right before our show, I was on Facebook scrolling, and in the Altadena or Beautiful Altadena, one of those pages, somebody was complaining, talking about Paris Hilton only gave 150 or 175,000. The rest of it came from other foundations. So I made a comment. Remember, Brian? And I made a comment and said, that's what foundations do. And they're required to give 5%. Remember, right before we came on, I said, how much was the percentage, Brian? That's why, because I was making that comment. They're required to give 5% to other foundations. And that's what they do. They roll money over. To
each other.
Exactly, to each other. So who cares how much, who gave what? Paris Hilton advertised it, and she gave 150, 175 of her own cash. And then
I'm just sharing the page.
Oh, nice.
So Octavia's bookshelf got some.
Oh, Nikki got some good.
Little Red Hen.
Little Red Hen got some.
Yep.
Good. What are
some of these folks we recognize.
Can you slow down, bro? You gonna come?
Oh, my bad.
My eyes are like, whoa.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready for the next one.
I'm ready. Thalia Castillo, Rogue Powder Room, Olive Tree Learning Center, Urban Dance Studio, Altadena Beverage and Market. Now, where are they? Altadena Beverage and Market. Oh, is that on Allen and New York, just below New York? I think so, on the corner. The Armenian. I'm gonna look them up.
Yeah, you're right. They're on Allen.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, they're on Allen, and right when you hit that corner. Yep. Okay. Cool beans. Oh, not Prime. They're like cat a corner, but that's
that's the neighbors we love.
That's the neighbors they love. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Because they're little.
Oh, this is on Woodbury. It says Altadena Beverage and Market. We're on Woodbury.
It's probably still on that corner. Yeah.
Oh no, it is Allen. It's 1850 Allen. Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking. Yeah, because they're next to the what is it? It's on the corner of Allen and New York on the south corner, and then there's a laundromat next to it.
But yeah, if you guys go there, PasadenaWBC.org, there's a link that actually takes you, so you can see the folks.
That's so good.
I know it's probably more information that probably needs to be known, but hey, this is Spot B. Look, Carmela's, the ice cream joint.
Oh yeah, the ice cream one.
I go there all the time. They never have whipped cream.
Yep.
Altadena Bread Co. I think Altadena Bread Co. does it out of her house. And if you scroll up, there was another one, Altadena Cookie Co. Yeah, she does it out of her house too. She has one of those, what are they called that you could do now? The bakeries or whatever, you could bake and stuff out of your house. It's called a cottage kitchen. And you can get a license to be a business out of your house, depending on what it is. That Tacos Pancitilan, whatever, is over on Lincoln by the hair place. Lincoln and, was it Crosby or something? It's on the corner right above and across from
Super King.
Yeah, across from Super King. Sagewood Schoolhouse, Elevation Area.
Oh, she got one for pole.
So these are all. It's not a pole, fool. It's aerial.
I saw the ribbons.
Miss Beasley's Family Child Care. I wonder, did Taraska apply for this? Maybe not. I don't know. Pasadena Wine Shop, Fugu Press. I don't know what that is. Okay.
Well, these are probably some spots we got to go patronize that we know.
So this was right across the street from the Rancho. My wife and all her siblings, a lot of folks go there.
Oh, okay.
And all this stuff, but that was all burnt down.
I'm surprised the lady at the karate school didn't get one.
I don't know.
Right next door to her.
Yeah, I don't know if she applied. But here's Sean.
Oh, there's Sean with Rosebud. Yeah. And Side Pie. Oh yeah, they also started during the pandemic up there on Lake and like
they're up the street. Altadena Drive. Because they were right there on the corner. Everybody used to get the pizza to come down the ranch.
Yeah, the pizza. Because you would come out, you would go, Nels 3000, good. I'm glad that Mai got one. Go back up right next to Sean. Because she's been there forever and a day. And everybody used to get their nails done there. Oh, and so go down, that is Tutu. Or Edna, she got one. Good. Allen Family Daycare. Good, I'm glad she got one. Because she's across from Edison on Palm. Her whole lot is burnt. and she has tons of students and or daycare people. So I'm glad that we got that, because now a lot of her parents are taking down to her daughter Tutu, but her place burned, and so they had to get another location. So I'm glad that they, have money to get something and continue with the child care. That's good. Thanks for sharing.
Sisters are doing it for themselves. Had to throw it in there.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. All right.
It was a nice little show today.
I had a 1 hour and 5 minutes. That went quickly again. Yeah,
I
definitely
am too,
see that.
Sean. Yeah.
She watched many kids.
And
of,
right.
Our kids. And
right,
she's family.
Exactly.
Hey, that link is right there. If you care to donate, operators are standing by.
So I just got this text from Jackie Snell, the one who is doing the Jazzy Jam, right? Mm-hmm. I think you might have spoken about this. The Let Your Voices Be Heard Eaton Fire Public Forum. Is that the same?
I didn't. We were scrolling before the show, and I had a caption up there. So I didn't.
You want to put it up real quick? Is that the same text you got, Brian? It's the whole hold on, how do I do this? The flyer, and then
that with Ed Crump, or
it just says, I want to invite you to this forum that will be taking place Friday. They want to help those who have no insurance, are underinsured, and they also have a social worker that will be there. They want to help people now. See below, see the flyer, and come and see if this team is really for our people. So she wants me to come because she know I be vetting stuff, right? Which is why she's like, see if this is really for our people. It's the one that we were talking about from 6 to 9 p.m. Free food, the Paseo Mall first floor, Dina Hills. Oh, which is right down from where her thing is.
Oh, yeah.
Now, limited seating available.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it's Let Your Voices Be Heard, and it's by the Eaton. It's called Eaton Fire Public Forum, and then I think it says mixed behavior, right by men, Eaton Fire Legal Team. This is Pasadena with the Rose, Colibri Collective. I don't know what that is or who they are, and Revolve Impact. So she knows how we be vetting stuff. So I think she sent it to me like, come find out if this is really for our people. So one of us will try to show up because I will be in Pasadena at Caltech for a meeting that Lena Kennedy is putting on from 10 to 4. So apparently I'll be in Pasadena all day, all evening, whether I go or Brian goes or whatever. So yeah.
This is the flyer. This is the thing that Shadi, that you had received without the information.
Okay, that's what he did.
Has a little bit more. Yeah.
We were talking about it right before we got on. And you said you got something that was vague, and I hadn't gotten. You had already gotten it, Jamal, and then I just got it from Jackie. So.
Well, I came across it, and then I saw it in multiple locations. This was the best one to actually have.
So Jackie is hosting it.
Info.
No, she's not hosting it. It's not at her location.
Just using...
It's right down from her. So this Dina Hill spot is right in the middle, and then Bath and Body Works, and then the 2 spots that are Jackie's, the boys and the girls.
Okay, so it's on the other side of the Regal, but underneath.
Yes, it's going more east on the same side as she's on, but going more to the east, about 3 stores over. It's called Dina Hills. It's that place that I think Salome and somebody else is doing things.
Oh,
which
that's
you come for like therapy and sessions to talk to people and things like that. So it's in that location, is what it says. But
so they have an actual website and everything.
Dina Hills or the Eaton Fire.
The Eaton Fire thing.
Yeah, I just saw that on the flyer. Eaton Fire.
I'm on the page right now.
Form. Okay.
And it's supposed to. Well, what they're here. Let me see. What does it say?
There's so many people that have stuff.
Yeah. Can Yeah.
But she says they want to help people
strong
now,
community
so I don't
advocate.
know.
I knew I needed to provide community initiatives to be able to make sure that the community is well informed.
We want to work with those who are underinsured. We want to work with those who are insured, who have lost their businesses, who have been injured.
And to be able to make sure that the community has direct access to our providers. And this is why I created the public forum. The public forum is a safe space where those affected can come in, tell us what they need, and we are here to make sure they get access to our resources. This is why I built this 100-person team that consists of access to our social workers, as well as our insurance experts, all at zero cost. We are Eaton Fire Legal Team. Your pathway to recovery begins here.
So what the website that I'm reading, and I know Brian is probably on the website or looking up their status, if they're a nonprofit, all that, but it says about them, there it is, 3 prominent law firms united with one mission. So we got to find out who the law firms are and what they're really after. If they're just in the community saying, here's our resources, we're going to give you access to them because we want you to sign with us to sue Edison. That's what I believe it might be, but
could be.
But everybody can go if they'd like, figure it out for themselves. That's just like the Altadena folks, right? With Chris Holden and Barbara Boxer's son as the only attorney from California. And then the other dude is not from California, but he's a trial attorney. He's from Texas or Utah. He's licensed other places. And that's with that guy, what's his name? Freddie, who is not currently a licensed attorney or a suspended attorney or whatever in California, but he's connected to it. So I think everybody has to do their own research and really find out who's behind some of this stuff. And then if they want to get involved, but it's here. You can go to EatonFirePublicForum.com, register if you'd like to. It's Friday, April 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. downstairs at the Paseo. And find out if this group of attorneys is who you want to work with, or if they have access at no cost to you that you can get some of the information and resources and go from there. So, yeah. But I do see some other stuff they have. I guess it says the public forum is Friday. And then there's something else on here. It says Ground Zero. Oh, that was a past event on March 19th. Altadena is not for sale. And then this other
what was the name of the initiative? Not the Eaton Fire Legal Team.
Public Forum.
That's the name of the nonprofit?
Well, that's the name of this website. And then it has home, about, or register now. When I go to the about, all it says is what he put up. The Eaton Fire Legal Team is a powerful coalition of 3 prominent law firms. It doesn't say which law firms they are. It just says united with one mission to facilitate the recovery process and support the community's rebuilding efforts. We are committed to providing comprehensive legal assistance for those who are underinsured, or uninsured as we continue to fight for justice against Southern California Edison. So that means even though they want to help people
it's just something they formed.
Exactly. 3 law firms that want to make sure whoever needs attorneys to sue Edison, here we are, we're available. We recognize that while litigation can take time, rebuilding is the immediate priority to ensure our clients receive the help they need without delay. We have hired a dedicated social worker to provide access to essential resources and brought on insurance experts to guide clients through the complexities of their claims, all at no cost. So people that deal with adjusters and insurance companies, all of that. Additionally, we've partnered with wills and trust attorneys to help clients reestablish their estate plans, again, at no expense. That's a good thing. That if you want to go, I would totally tell people go for that alone. If you don't want to go with their attorneys or their social worker, you don't have to. But if you want to, you can. But wills and trust, I think I've said it on here before, and we're going to bring Mark DeMoica on to talk about it. This is a perfect time as people begin to rebuild their properties to make sure that their trusts are up to date. If you did not have a trust, we talked about this last week. It's time to make a trust. And wills and trust is an amazing online platform that you can go, and for about $700-800, you can set up your entire trust. You can choose revocable or irrevocable, whatever. It's better really to have revocable while you're still alive. But some of their attorneys can help establish your estate plans, right? Including a trust or whatever at no cost. So that's a really, really good benefit that if you go to this form or you register, they can help you with it no cost. We're equally committed to keeping the community informed and empowered through our community outreach events. Our team brings together over 100 years of combined legal experience with specialized expertise in wildfire litigation and utility disputes. As part of our unwavering dedication, we are proud to serve on the plaintiff's steering committee for the Eaton wildfire litigation, ensuring that the voices of those affected are represented at the highest level. With a proven track record and deep commitment to justice, we are here to be the path to recovery for everyone impacted by the Eaton fires. I would really love to know what 3 law firms are the Eaton Fire legal team, because there's a lot out there, right? And there's some that are doing different things, but there might be someone you're already working with that has now partnered with these 2, and they're going to do it together. So I wish they had a little bit more information on their website. And I know the lady, the video you showed, I guess her name is Roxelle Richards. If she's one of their attorneys or whatever, I'm going to look her up too, because you guys know I'm a vetting freak.
Well,
I be trying to know.
I'm to find out what you guys find out, because unfortunately, y'all, I have to leave the show.
No problem.
I need to go to. Love you guys. Okay. Peace out, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Take care. So Roxelle Richards, the lady that we saw in the video, she's an attorney out of Houston, Texas. So she probably does not have anything to do with Pasadena, but wants in on this lawsuit. So again, I try to vet to find out who is who, because people are always coming in now to Altadena saying what they could do and all of this, and they have absolutely no connection whatsoever to Altadena or Pasadena or Eaton area.
Right.
So she's licensed in Texas. I can tell you, she's on the State Bar of California. But her bar card number is out of Texas, 24049753, date 9/8/2005. Because I be for real researching you guys, trying to find out stuff immediately. Out of Texas.
Find out.
That's her Texas state bar number. Looks like she's on the California with the license 243963. So she's licensed here as well. So again, some of these people are finding other attorneys in other states that may have had fire experience or whatever, bringing them in to help litigate, and then somebody in California, because you have to have a license in California to practice law here. So this one on the State Bar of California, she was admitted to the State Bar on 8/25/2006. The license number is 243963. She doesn't have anything disciplinary in her history. So she's active for almost 20 years here. But she is out of Roxelle Richards law firm out of Houston, Texas. So that's who was on that video that he showed. And apparently her law firm plus whatever 2 she's partnering with are who the Eaton Fire legal team are, and they're the ones putting it on. So I'd like to know who the other 2 are as well, see if they're from here or whatever. But it looks like they do want to provide legal assistance to you. Of course, if they say to litigate against Southern California Edison at no cost, of course it's no cost up front. They will take their percentage later, whatever is allowed by law or whatever. But they want to represent you basically. And so they're also going to have a social worker that you can deal with to help you, deal with anything you're dealing with at no cost. And then people from Will and Trust, some attorneys that are associated with Will and Trust to help you with an estate plan if you do not have one or never have. And it is really good to put your property, even while it's vacant, into a trust. Because if something were to happen to you now, right, you get sick, who knows what, if you cannot speak for yourself, but you have a trust and it gives exact orders, or in the case of me being incapacitated, I want this, and this done. It will help wishes. So if nothing else, go to this event Friday or register. And you could go to EatonFirePublicForum.com, and there's a register now button, and go and get free will and trust information, But
It's always needed.
Yeah. So Jackie Snell, thanks for sending that that text to me, and that's exactly what it looks like it's about. So that's
want to give a special shout out to our people that have joined us over on Instagram. We got Chefing with the Mafia TV that joined us. Welcome, Eric. We got my boy Lawrence that joined. We got Denise Keys, my road dog at Rancho all day long. Miss you. And we got Toby Hero. Went to Muir, graduated.
Text me the other day. Either text me or inbox me. Hey, Toby, I forgot to text you back. Or inbox you back.
Toby used to walk around town with that guitar, boy, like he was ready to, like, what you want to do?
I think Toby lives in the desert, either in New Mexico or Arizona.
Yeah,
he redid a school bus. He bought a big school bus and redid it, and he's living out there off the grid.
Yeah.
Which is dope. Toby, let me tell you something, bruh. I am the worst person now with texts, inboxes, and all that. People will text me. I'm almost 60. I am old school.
He already know how I am.
Right, I like to talk to people. Me and Brian get on the phone and be on for hours. I'll be like yawning. He's like, I'm gonna let you go because you finna fall asleep. Yep, you heard it.
We're trying to get business taken care of.
But right. And so we talking. But I'm still just old school. I like to talk to people, right? And so I get texts and I see them come in, and if I can't respond right away, I'll be like, okay, I'll get back with them later. It'll be days later and somebody will be like, hello, did you forget about me? Did you forget I texted you? And I'll be like, oh man, I did, my bad. So charge it to never my heart, to my, I don't know if I'll say my age or not. I just like talking. So that's why it's Toni Talks, right?
So yeah, I ain't gonna say that part.
Right, not the age necessarily. So you guys, we're gonna have probably late April or early May a live Toni Talks day where Brian and Jamal are gonna come out to my house, and
it's gonna be like what's that, The View?
Because like I love to cook and bake, right? And you guys see right now, I got a little bread. I made like shrimp and grits.
I got a little bread
before like 9:30. And when we came on, I was like, y'all, guess what I'm eating now? Because they always be like, Toni, you be eating, what you eating? I made shrimp and grits. They was like, you know what? That's it. Because yesterday I was eating the enchiladas. I made some verde enchiladas and stuff night before last. And so it has been determined by Brian that we are having a live Toni Talks where I cook breakfast or something, and they're gonna come over. So
can't wait for that. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. We're gonna have a blast that day, and they'll do their work or whatever from here. Y'all can bring your laptops, hook it to the TV, whatever. I don't care. And I got the 5 monitors, so you can sit here and hook up Brian, whatever you gotta do.
I just need to project.
Right. Well,
I don't need wires anymore.
I got an 80-inch on the wall right there. You can project to that. It's all good.
That's what I got Sherry's mom watching the podcast on right now downstairs on YouTube.
Happy birthday, Sherry's mom. You said she was 93 or 98? That's 98. Incredible. That's
2 more years and she'll get that mayor and governor commendation.
That 100. I was gonna say 100 degree, 100 years young.
I just want to see her be here for another 10 years so she can enjoy her new house.
Yeah.
And finally call it home.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we've been on for an hour and 23 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just went across the screen. That means it's time for me to go get some food because I'm listening to her crunch and munch. I'm ready to go. So I'm over here trying to drink coffee, act like it's a meal.
A sourdough, baguette. So sorry.
It's all good.
I'm not sorry. Good, but so sorry.
Hey, sorry, she's getting her grub on. I wouldn't be sorry about that at all. I'm trying to get mine on. But as we always have to do, we have to leave you all. So we will be back tomorrow for Way Back Wednesday. So could you guys please come on here and give us some of your Way Back Wednesday stories? We need stories now. Like when I went to the Civic for the first time. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, can we go out with the song since Marcus Betts wanted to hear it or wants a copy?
Well, if it's on here, because that's Jamal's.
It is. Go to Media Assets. Hold on, I'll get it. It's down right.
Oh, I see it.
You see
it?
Okay,
here we go. Yep.
All right.
I don't know if I can turn it up any. Oh.
We gather together, we grow from the ashes, but there's so much more to be done. Our eyes in the sky, the news can be frightening, but our minds, they won't be overrun. I know, it's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're AltadenaTalks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, there'll be a light for you from the start. We're AltadenaTalks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're AltadenaTalks. Now more than ever, we have to be clever with water, food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know, it's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're AltadenaTalks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're AltadenaTalks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're AltadenaTalks. From the start, we're AltadenaTalks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're AltadenaTalks. Through the fire, we'll be a guide for you at your side. At your side, we're AltadenaTalks.
Well, that's what we here for. We're here to bring you all the good vibes. We're not trying to play around. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good show. We've been on an hour and a half. Appreciate you guys coming on. Toni always has a great segment, and we always try to make her feel like her whole vibe is there. So on Tuesdays, you won't see any AltadenaTalks except for that logo in the corner. You're going to see that fresh backdrop, the whole shot. We're trying to make it happen.
So AltadenaTalks, though.
Don't sleep on the 26th because we're going to be there all day broadcasting. Facebook going to hate us after that day. They're going to be like, y'all still on? But yeah, we're gonna have special guests coming up. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, we have a this week and next week are gonna be really full and packed. We have a guest coming on Thursday, you told me, I believe, talking about alarms. Friday, I probably won't be on because I'll be at Caltech at that meeting with Lena from 10 to 4. But from the meetings I have tonight and tomorrow, there will be information a little bit probably on Thursday. And then we have a busy weekend. leading up to.
We got to coordinate.
Right. Between this thing, possibly Friday night, Saturday, we've got so many different spots. I know I'll be up at La Malta Park to help with that rebuild, planting, or whatever. There's all kinds of things in Pasadena. So we got to figure out what we're going to be at or who can be at or whatever. So our recap show Monday should be amazing because we'll have a lot of things. But
a lot of video. That's going.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure I capture some video.
Yeah. So we look forward to being available for you all as much as we can and getting you the best and most accurate information as we can as well. So we will see you tomorrow.
Peace out, my people. And as we say on Soul Train, love, peace, and soul.
Toodles, everyone. See ya.